So now we're going to use these differences between the commands to illustrate what a copy startup configuration actually does and how that is different from a configuration replacement. What it's going to do is it's going to merge these two commands. And the problem is with default commands, it's going to look at startup command and it's going to, it's going to look at startup configuration and the running configuration. It's going to say, oh, hey, look, in the startup configuration, I don't have anything that refers to IP domain lookup. Yet in the running configuration, I have an explicit command that says let's not use this service. What it's going to do is it's going to merge those, and no IP domain lookup plus absolutely nothing ends up being no IP domain lookup. And that's the problem. You are trying to replace the running configuration with the startup configuration. In this case, the startup configuration has IP domain lookup enabled. So you go ahead and do your copy. Haven't gotten any better at typing and talking at the same time. Copy start run, and you're going to assume that because the startup configuration has IP domain lookup enabled, that's going to be copied to your running configuration. And let us see if that is the case. Let's just up arrow and do our show start. It's still not there. Do our show run. Oh, hell no. See, that's exactly what's going to happen. And that, if you know about it, I guess it's all right. It's just kind of sloppy. We're just using a simple service here. But there's a lot of stuff that can come back and bite you in the butt. So really using copy start run to achieve what we're trying to achieve, which is the replacement of a corrupted running configuration with a known good configuration, doesn't work well. That's why I'm so happy that, I just pretty much recently found this command. I'd seen it before, but I thought that there was, the added requirement of configuring configuration archive in order to access it. Not the case for most of the features. We'll see one where we do need to have that. But anyways, I just wanted to show you real quick what the difference was. And let's go ahead and so I can show you the difference in the output. So now we're doing a configuration replacement. And this should be real simple because it's only one. Famous last words. Okay, it should be done here. Now, let's go ahead and do the same thing. See that it's not in the startup configuration, and it's also not in the running configuration. And we can go ahead and get fancy and prove that. We should have no config differences. No changes were found. Perfect. So you can see there that the configuration replacement actually replaces all the commands that are in the running configuration with those that are in the startup configuration. Okay, so that's basically the bread and butter of the configure replace command. You can certainly drop off now, or you can stick around. I'm going to go through some of the options and a couple of details about this command. So one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to issue our auto secure no interact to throw a bunch of configuration into the running configuration so that we have something to play with. You have a difference between the running config and the startup config. I mentioned in the theory/slide session that there are some built-in cover your ass things with the initial dialog on this. So let's do a configure replace, and let's specify a file that does not exist, and let's see what that does. So you specify the file. If you mistype it or put in the wrong file, it's going to still go ahead with this. So it gives us our normal warning. We say yes. But what we're about to do here is we're about to replace the running configuration with absolutely nothing at all, which we shouldn't be able to do because it says this is assumed to be a complete configuration, and you're about to completely bone up your router, right? Hit yes. There we go. Error. Could not open file. Does not exist for reading. So you kind of saved yourself there. That wasn't exactly what I wanted to look at, but that'll work. Okay, since that was a bit anticlimactic, let's go over to R2. And what I will do is I'll do a write erase. Don't use this command. If you don't know what it's going to do, please don't play with it, and only use it when you absolutely need to use it. What it does is it completely wipes out the startup configuration. And so now if I do a show start, it's completely empty. So now this is what I wanted to show you. So if we do a configure replace NVRAM startup. Now remember, there's nothing in the startup configuration right now. So this is a valid file. It just happens to be completely empty. So we go and we say yes, and here we go. This is what I want to show you. There is some cover your ass features built into this. So it's saying, do you really want to overwrite your running configuration with a file that has absolutely nothing in it? You're going to blow away your running configuration, and we do not want to do that. We're going to hit no. You could hit enter here because that's the default. Anything that's within these brackets is going to be the default. I like to specify it because I don't want to have the chance that I hit enter and it does something that I don't want it to do. So anyways, that was just to show you that bit. And as I mentioned in the theory portion, I've seen it also where you have a smaller configuration, say that you had done a ton of configuration to the running configuration, but you hadn't touched your startup configuration. It'll actually prompt you with, do you want to overwrite this file with a file that's 50% smaller? So that's good too, because you might have pointed it to something that's a partial configuration, or just didn't realize how much smaller, how much difference would be made by replacing the configuration. We're not going to see that today. We're going to get into some of the configure replacement options now.